Over the past few years, the Toronto Raptors have become one of the organizations in the league with great player development. They've found and turned many lowly touted or even obscure guys into productive, high-quality players. Take Pascal Siakam, drafted 27th in the 2016 draft. Many draft experts saw the potential and raw tools, but still at most saw a high-effort, hustle type of role player. He went from that to winning Most Improved Player in 2019, and has continued to become a perennial all-star player and one of the most versatile on both ends. Or the unheralded Fred VanVleet, who went undrafted in that same 2016 draft, mainly from concerns of his size and efficiency. But he's also become an all-star player and is actually one of the better two-way guards in the league. And now I'm thinking that it's time to add OG Anunoby to that list. He's made significant strides and improvements in his game the past couple years that have really taken him to another level. Originally picked 23rd in the 2017 draft, OG was meant to fill the role of the highly coveted 3-and-D wing. And he certainly was that and very good at it, but he didn't provide or do much more. But with the departure of stars like DeMar DeRozan, Kawhi Leonard, and Kyle Lowry, there's been a need for him to step up and take on more of an offensive role. And he's certainly done so, averaging near career highs across the board, including 19 points per game. Defense has always been OG's calling card, and the first thing I want to call focus to is his stance. Low and very balanced, always ready for whatever, keeping himself in positions to always stay in front and make plays. While not being overly quick, he's still really solid laterally, aligned for him to be more than capable to stay in front of the premier smaller guards of the league. His 6'7" frame and 7'2" wingspan grants him some leeway in his positioning and in these situations due to almost always being able to get a good contest in. Pairing this frame with his underrated recovery speed allows for him to get back into plays and get many blocks like this one. Then you throw 230 pounds into the equation and you get a very stout defender who makes it incredibly difficult to knock him off the spot. His size and strength also shows itself when handling bigs down low, here forcing a tough pull-up for Evan Mobley, and here taking the switch from a barreling Jaren Jackson Jr. OG leads the league in steals at 2.2 a game and gets it done in multiple different ways. Here is James Harden, still one of the league's tougher covers, and he just takes it from him, leading to another breakaway in transition. Passing lanes are a big place where OG make his money at, racking up 47 of his total 70 steals off of bad pass turnovers. OG and the Raptors as a whole live for these type of moments as they allow for them to get out and break into transition. But to me, you can't have no great defender without them getting it done in team defense situations. Here we see OG holding down the middle of the floor as he watches Zubac dive to the rim and helps out the undersized VanVleet and gets the swat. Playing the weak corner here on the Harden pick and roll, and B actually slips the screen, and Thad Young is playing more to the level of that screen. Anunoby dives down to take down the roll man, but is also able to recover back to the corner and get the steal. Anunoby here ends up finding himself being the low man as Trent rotates to the ball, Siakam rotates to the wing, leaving OG the corner man. He closes out and actually looks to shade middle back to his help, but just takes the ball from him. Offensively, the three ball has always been OG's biggest strength. A career 37% shooter, shooting 36% this year on 5 attempts. Most of those coming in catch and shoot situations where he's shooting 38%. And this year specifically, his most effective spot being the corner three ball, shooting 39% there. A place I love seeing him used is as a trailer in transition, allowing him to directly come into his shot with great rhythm. Defenses have definitely taken notice to his successes as a spot up and often close out hard to him, where he's shown the comfortability in a one dribble pull-up situation. And given his size and his strength, Anunoby is a very effective and difficult player to contain when he gets ahead of steam headed downhill, but can also stop on a dime for very short pull-ups. And he, as well as the Raptors, have shown an aggressiveness and taken advantage of mismatches down low with smaller guards. Off the dribble, OG's go-to move is more of a push cross, which is a simple move, but it's still very effective for him nonetheless to get downhill. And as you would hope to get with any 3-and-D player, Anunoby has also made significant strides in his ball handling and his own shot creation. From being a player who could hardly dribble in year one, seeing him somewhat operate and separate in pick and roll situations is very encouraging. As you see a pick and roll action with Siakam here, leading to a slight step back from the mid-range. But easily the most exciting sign is the uptick in mid-range shots, as well as Anunoby stringing together moves to create more space. Even seeing him get a little creative with it in his semi-transition look, going with it behind the back into a step back. Now, while he's definitely made improvements in his ball handling, it isn't always quite there. And far too often do you see him make drives towards the rim without having any apparent plan in doing so, leading to many turnovers. His decision making as a ball handler a lot of times can be questioned, as you see very reckless drives often turn into offensive fouls and many turnovers. Here, we see OG honestly just put his head down and barrel straight into 3 Heat defenders, leading to a charge. And even with the many improvements in OG's own shot creation, you would still like to see more consistency, specifically in the mid-range areas. All that being said though, man, I really love OG Anunoby. He definitely one of my favorite players in the league, and I easily think he the best that fit under the whole 3-and-D archetype. If you made it all the way to the end of the vid, I genuinely do appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know, leave me some comments and all that. It's my first video like this, and it took me a few days to finish it, but I do want to do these more on a weekly basis, so hopefully I'll be back with another one real soon.